All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right, and the confusion of face. And the 1/3, confusion of face scattered abroad in the 1/3. All right, Shalom. All right, and so I came across this picture, and I went ahead and took a screenshot, saved it, because of course the brethren already know this, but this is like I said, the reality of how America was built. This is how these Edomites are today. So let's just look at it. I'm doing this for your own good, and of course Jake's like, no, I'm not, which of course, I mean, maybe that was part of the narrative, now that I think about it, was that, you niggers ain't civilized, so we gotta keep you in suggestion. You're a beast. You gotta keep you down, As you see, Edomites, they're the weaker vessel. They needed all this help to try to climb up. Your average Jake could have got up there on his own, So anyway, let's look at it. So we can go forward together. I'm doing this for your own good, so we can go forward together. Go Jake, getting stepped down on, huffing and puffing, can't get up there. You're hurting me. He finally makes it. Enough is enough. I'm getting up. I'm getting up good. I'm getting up too. Now, actually, before I go deep into this, a scripture just popped in my mind, Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Isaiah 51. Yeah. Isaiah 51. Let's see what I want to get in here, because this is exactly what the white man has done to us, All right. I had a couple of precepts pulled up, but now I got, two that popped in my mind, a few more. Isaiah 51. And let's see. 23 it said. All right. I'm gonna start at 17. So Isaiah 51:17. Awake, awake, O stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of Yahweh the cup of his fury. And that's what we're telling our people, to wake up, Now's the time to awake out of sleep, Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. So this is talking, the dregs of the cup of trembling. So we've had the bottom of the barrel of the cup of trembling. The cup of trembling is already a bad, a heavy cup, a unpleasant cup. But then we got the dregs of that cup, the bitterness and the bottom, leftovers of that cup. Oh man, that's horrible. Slavery, all the stuff we've been through, and even the stuff that's coming up, but this is mainly talking about the punishment that we got for disobeying the Most High, which was slavery, man. Verse 18, there was none to guide her among all the sons whom she have brought forth, neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she have brought up, Yeah, our shepherds don't pity us, man. They don't lead us in the right way. 19, except for the men of GMS, Them the ones who teaching us the right way in this earth, man. All right. There are others that, do the work, preach that we Israelites, and lead Jake on somewhat of a right path, but they don't have the full knowledge. All right. 19, these two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? And these things came upon us during, in the history. A big moment in that time was during the time of 70 AD, the siege and the straitness, where the city was walled off or blocked off, and people were starved out so much that they resorted to eating each other. People were eating their children for the lack of food. 20. Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord Yahweh, and the rebuke of thy power. And this is, we're going through this today with the gangsters, the The men of the tribes of Israel, the young men, they lie at the head of every street. There's a wild bull in the net, What you doing over here, cut? What you claiming, cut? Or whatever the case may be. And hey, man, they ready to kill your ass, man. Just for being in the wrong neighborhood, having the wrong color on, not knowing nobody in certain neighborhoods you go into. This, and that goes for the so-called blacks, Latinos, and the Native Americans. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. Is a wild bull in the net. They are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith thy power, or thy Lord, Yahweh, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling. Even the dregs of the cup of my fury, thou shalt no more drink it again. So he's taking away the reproach out for the jakes that are returning unto him. The people who acknowledge their heritage, who acknowledge the true name of the Father and the Son, the Father's name being Yahweh, the Son's name being Yahweh Shai. And you people have such a problem with Great Millstone because we have the true name. That's one of the reasons, Verse 23, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. It is a righteous thing with the Lord to recompense trouble unto them that who trouble you, to pay them back for the things that they've done to you. We're going to possess the remnant of Edom. These Edomites, so-called white people, and these other heathen nations are going into slavery. They're going to get the curses that were put upon us in Deuteronomy 28. They're going to get all those curses, man. He's going to take the cup out of our hand, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. And we've been ran over by all these different nations, man. First and foremost, Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, man. But these other nations have ran us over too. These little different instances you see where a Moabite, so-called Chinese or Japanese man, a Moabite or an Ammonite, like that one gook that choked that nigger woman out inside of the beauty supply, That's just one example. Or how these different little cops, just different stuff, man. These other nations run over you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. These African women look down on our women and look down on us. Won't let their daughters date our men because they look at us as we some lesser than, talk shit about us when they smell like straight ass, coming over there from Africa. But besides all that, these nations run us over, man. A good precept. Let me just read it again. He's going to put it, Isaiah 51:23, but I will put it, talking about the cup of the dregs of the cup of my fury. He's going to put it in the hand of them that afflicted us, which have said to our souls, bow down that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. See? Let me get over. Let me just use you to get up here, Jake. And that's what they did in the society, man. And there's many precepts on it, All right, so back here. Jeremiah 12:9, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour, and these other nations are against us. His heritage is the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the Most High's heritage. You are his inheritance. You are his special people, his prized possession, the apple of his eye. And these other nations, these other birds, so to speak, these other nations are against us, man. They're all against us. And so that's why it says in Isaiah 51:23, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. He's going to put his fury upon those that have afflicted us and that have run us over, man, that have taken our substance, that have run us into the ground, man, And I guess I get one more precept on that. All right, Luke 16:21. This is basically the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Lazarus represents the nation of Israel, man, and the rich man represents the Edomites and these other nations, that are living in their pleasure. But first and foremost, the Edomites, because they are in rulership. They're ruling over everything. All right. I'll just start at Luke 16. I'll just start at 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. That's you Edomites, especially you're in your rulership, man. You fare sumptuously every day. Things always going your way in your society, man, for the most part, you know. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate and full of sores. And that's our nation, man. The nation of Israel, man. We're right at your feet. We're right at your doorstep, all fucked up and in need of help. You see, full of sores. We got all type of things that just need to be repaired, man. And things that can need to be fixed, man. We're in need of salvation, man. Which is why we need Yahweh Shai. He deliverer. He saves. He's come to save his nation, man. You Edomites don't need salvation, man. Yeah, some of y'all is homeless, but this is still y'all's kingdom, man. How your own people in rulership and got y'all out here fucked up, man. Show you how wicked y'all people really are, man. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me continue, man. Verse 20, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus which was laid at his gate full of sores, like I said, the nation of Israel. With all the fucking shit that's wrong with us. Salakia, I'm going to control my language a little more. Verse 21. In desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And those dogs that came and licked the sores are the other nations, man. Because those sores are the breaches, the things that are wrong with the nation of Israel, you know, and you other nations take advantage of that. You know, there's a heavy population of our people who smoke, who sell drugs, who use different type of drugs, and we can go into these little convenience stores. This is just one example. We go into little convenience stores in the hood that's run by these different nations, and you can buy your pipe to smoke your crack. You can buy your bags to bag up your crack and your weed. You can buy your blunts and your cigarettes. You can buy these different things to continue to further cause disease and cancer on that sore that's on the nation of Israel, to continue to cause it to flourish. You taking advantage of it. That's one of the analogies or that I'm using to show you these dogs coming and licking these sores. If you had a sore that was bleeding and a dog came and licked up your sore, you know, he's coming to drink your blood. And the blood is what? The life. And so he's just, yeah, come on, bring that blood out. Instead of it scabbing up and closing up and healing, he's continuing to keep it moist and wet and the blood to continue to flow so he can keep draining your life force out. Imagine that, you know? So when you look, you know, Jake got tired. Enough is enough. I'm getting up too. Then what the Edomite do then? I'm sorry that I was racist, but I know better now. Now that Esau's in they kingdom, now that Esau is benefiting off all this bullshit, oh, now all of a sudden he knows better. I know better now. And, you know, yeah, I know better now, brother. Oh, cool. Give me a hand up, will you? I got up here myself, why can't you? And that's exactly how these Edomites feel. I work. I do this, I do that. There's no excuse, nigger, that you shouldn't. Yeah, okay, what about the discrimination? You know, what about all this, you know, generation of different stuff that's been built up to keep you ahead of the game? You know, there were no things holding back your family, you know, for the most part. So, and some of you so-called white people, you know, are actually Israelites that just look like white people, man, you know. The nation of Israel has been scattered into the four corners of the earth, into these different nations, and some of them are going to look like it. So maybe that's why some of you may have gone through these different things and can relate to so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you may be back in your lineage, you may actually be an Israelite, you know. So this ain't all about skin color, but the point is, the majority of you so-called white people are Edomites, okay? And you Edomites have benefited off of these systems of control that have been put in place. There's a system that's been put in place to downplay so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we call them Jakes, you know, descendants of Jacob, you Jakes. You know, there's been Planned Parenthood, you know, splitting up the family, you know, all these different little things. But hey man, I could go deeper into it. Like how you got both parents in the household, that really affects a child. And the majority of Jakes are raised from single mothers, and that's not good enough to raise a child in most cases. The child ends up going through a lot of shit, man. Salaki, or forgive me for my language once again. All right, so let me go up here back to the scriptures, man. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna get to that in a second. So this is basically what they do to us. This popped in my mind because, like I said, your they have said to us, lay down your body that we may pass over. Salaki, let me read it. But I will put it into the hand of them, the cup of his vengeance. I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over, man. These nations done ran all over us, man. And we didn't resist them, man. James 5:6, Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Oh, there's some more. Oh, is this what? Oh, I do got this pulled up already. What? Let me read the whole thing. So lucky. James 5, I was already going to read it over here, but now I can just read it over here. James 5:4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. So let's look, I Salaki, I done closed down the picture. Let's just pull it back up. Because this is real life right here. So let's read this. The so-called white man Edomites did all this, used Jake to build up the whole system. Here it goes. Jake had to take all the pain, had to do all the dirty work. Finally, Jake's shackles start coming off, and Jake's like, hey, look, man, I'm sick of this. I need to get up there too. I know I was racist. And here comes Jake. All right, well, cool. Help me up then. I got up here myself. And here go Esau enjoying it, just laid back, relaxed. What you mean, nigger? I got up here myself. You can do it too. So let's read this again. Salaki. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, the money, the payment. And let's just get this in the blue letter, just to verify, because contextually, I feel like that word is saying payment. But let's just get the Salaki. Let's just get the blue letter word for the Hebrew, not the Hebrew, the Greek. Oh man, you know what? This whole chapter is good. I'm gonna have to go back. Salaki. That word higher here is. Let's just let it play. Let me make sure. Do I got this muted or not? It shouldn't be.
Strong's G 3408, Misthos,
right? And like I said, through the Spirit, I feel like that's what it was. The wages, the dues paid for work. So behold, the wages of the laborers who have reaped down your fields. You know what this means? Cotton fields, vineyards, the workers, man, the slaves. So the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. You kept it back by fraud, man. All right. Let's just get that word fraud.
Strong's G 650, apostereo,
to defraud, to despoil, or to spoil, to rob. All right. So lucky. But the wages of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by robbery, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And this word Sabaoth means the Lord of the hosts of armies. Okay, the Lord of armies, man. The Most High is a Lord of armies, man. He's gonna destroy you. All right, for your atrocious acts, man. The Lord of the armies of Israel. See? So the cries of them which have reaped these slaves, the cries of the slaves, are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of armies. You know? Well, I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna skip, I'm gonna just read through now. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Miseries is coming, man. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Riches are corrupted, which means, they're just corrupted. They rotten. They got blood on it. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. To rust over, cover with rust. Salaki. And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasure for the last days. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. And why is the money rusty? Because it's blood money. It's got blood all on it. And because it's old money. It's money that you've been building up for generations and generations of slavery, man. James 5. Behold, the wages of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by robbery, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of armies. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. You have been wanton. You've lived luxuriously. You've led a voluptuous life. You've given yourself to pleasures. All right. You have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. As in a day of slaughter. Yeah. A day of destruction. You have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. So just like it said in Isaiah 51:23, we didn't resist you when you ran and laid down and ran us over. Especially not in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When we was fooled by your little different trickeries and we thought you was friendly. We tried to be nice to you, and next thing you know, you took our people into slavery, especially when you came here to the Americas, to the land of Azareth. We didn't resist you, man. Not until you showed your true colors. All right, and I just wanted to get one more scripture on what the Most High is going to do, how the Most High is going to pay you back. Job 20:22. I'm going to start above that probably. Yeah, I'm going to start above that. Job 20. All right, let's see what I should. We started 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Hey man, that's exactly what it is, man. I mean, look at Cain and Abel, man. Cain was happy for a minute after he killed Abel until his judgment came. And then what he say? Oh, my punishment is too great for me to bear. He was rejoicing for a minute till the Most High rolled up on him. Verse 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. You Edomites ain't gonna but enjoy this but for a moment, man. Verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, y'all exalted yourself. Y'all are in your rulership at the top, especially you so-called Jews, man. You Jewish people, Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all them, DuPonts and Gettys. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? And that's going to come a time where you Edomites is going to be wiped completely off the face of the planet Earth, man. We're gonna be like, dang, you remember them Edomites? Yeah, that was crazy, huh? Yeah, man. After that 1,000 years of captivity, it was gone, man. We got rid of them little stuff, them little jokers, man. All right, verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Salakia, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, in which they do little things to try to seek to please the poor in this day. In the hands, they will restore our goods whenever we take over. They're gonna bring us all the riches of their kingdom, just like they took our riches. Verse 11: His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, And that's exactly what it is, man. These Edomites will come up to you speaking all sweet and nice and, oh, I just want to make sure you're good, brother, and da-da-da-da-da. But really, wickedness is under his tongue, man. He got an ulterior motive, man. That's why it tells you in the Sirach. What's that? The Sirach 32? Sirach or Ecclesiasticus. It's either 23 or 32. Trying to get good at knowing where these is. I'm gonna check 23 first. I think it's 23, 17. Nah. It must be 32. I guess I'm wrong. Let's see here. Find out where it is. Oh, it's 12. Salaki. Sirach 12. All right. Sirach 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. And so, you can't never trust your enemies, Job 20 and 12, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. You see? Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of ass within him. Basically just letting you know, man, his wickedness is still there, man. It don't matter how much he try to say, oh yeah, see, look right here. I'm sorry that I was racist, but I know better now. But then he turned around and he was still like, no, nigga, fuck you. I don't give a fuck that my people or that me myself, because you Edomites are yourself in the reincarnation. You are your ancestors, man. You come back after the third and fourth generation. You're reborn into the family. But you wicked don't understand that. The wicked of our people and the wicked of the Edomites, you are the wicked. Of course you don't understand reincarnation is in the Bible. But you Edomites come back and you are your forefathers, So you did it in the past, and then when it comes time for you to do right, fuck you, nigga. I don't give a fuck what I did a couple 100 years ago. Fuck you. 15, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly, and this is coming once you go into captivity. You're going to vomit up all them riches. 16, he shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. This is coming, man. You're going to get your comeuppance, man. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. You ain't going to see the kingdom of heaven, man. You ain't going to see the world in its greatness, in its perfection. It's going to be around you, but you're going to be in such a bitter captivity, you ain't going to know what the hell's going on. You're going to be like, oh, Lord, get me out of this. It's going to be, no, you got it coming, devil. 18, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. You're going to give everything back. Verse 19, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Who this sound like? You Edomites, you so-called white people. Verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now, let's get a couple of scriptures. Let me just see here. All right, so I want to get this. This is in the blue letter. So 20, 22. Shalakia. There we go. So 20 and 22. I want to get sufficiency. Oh, in the fullness of his mockery, or of his scorning, he shall be. So right when he think, oh yeah, we about to get every last one of the elect, we almost got them niggers. Because the elect is not gonna be touched, man. The Most High is gonna save them. So when these devils really think they got us, every hand of the laborer shall come upon him. This word is not wicked. This word means the laborers, the sufferers, the laborers, the workmen, the sufferer. Every hand of the laborers shall come upon him. And the hand of the laborers is going to come upon these elites that are going to be the first batch of slaves. Is going to be those who labored in this truth, man. When Yahushua comes back and he turns us from fishermen of men into hunters of men, and we go chase after these elite bankers who are going to be the first batch of slaves, we're going to go hunt them, man. We're going to find them in all the places where they hid to survive the nuclear destruction, and then they're going to become slaves. So right when they mocking and they think everything's about to go down, yeah, when these missiles hit, we going to fuck these niggas up. They all going to die. We're going to come upon you, when Yahushua comes back. Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. This is talking about the nuclear missiles, man. And let's just prove it. Job 20 and 26. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. So a fire that's not blown, what's that talking about? It's talking about the nuclear missiles, man. Okay? And it's going to go ill with them that is left in the tabernacle of Esau. Why? Because like I just said, the elites are going to be the first batch of slaves. All them remaining in Esau are going into slavery. All right, verse 27, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath, the day of the Lord's wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. Yeah, man, so this is the fate of you Edomites, man, So, hey, enjoy it while you can, man. Live it up. Lay back, relax, kick it. Hey, look, enjoy it, man. Do all the wickedness your soul desires, because it doesn't matter. Now, this is what I'll say. And like I said before, if you are, you could be of the nation of Israel if the scriptures, according to the true doctrine, pushed first and foremost by the men of GMS, the apostles of GMS, on down to the brethren, and those also who preach the correct doctrine according to the scriptures. If the scriptures resonate with you, you may be of the elect, or at the very least of the nation of Israel. But you true Edomites, so-called Esau Edom, that know that you hearing the scriptures and you don't agree with it, hey, live it up, white person. Live it up, Edomite. You're not a white, because white stands for pure and holy. and set apart, and you're the furthest thing from it. You are the wicked. According to the Bible, you're an Edomite. Enjoy your life, man. Do what you got to do, because it's going to end really soon. Thus saith the Lord. All right, I'm going to get this last scripture. Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. And really, the land of Uz is just representative of wherever you live. That used to be your land. Now it's the land of America, Babylon the Great. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked. All right. Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Like the scripture said that I was reading earlier, man. He's going to take away that cup out of your hand, and he's going to, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, he's going to take the cup of his wrath out of your hand, out of our hands. He's going to put it into the hands of those that have afflicted us, which is these so-called white people, man. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom, so-called white people, and he will discover thy sins. And that's what you got coming, man. All right? Hopefully this lesson was edifying, you know. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the hopefully elect. With that, I say shalom.